Hi guys, it's Remy Siemsen here from Sydney FC. I'm here to have a chat with you guys for the next 20 minutes with some of the fans' questions. Feel free to write some in the comments section and I'll be sure to answer them. I hope you're all keeping safe and well during this time. The first question we have is from Jonathan. Who is your dream strike partner? That's quite hard because I have a few people that I would love to work with up front. I was pretty lucky to work with Caitlin Ford for the time that we had her before she headed to Arsenal. So that was awesome when she was with us for that part of the season. I'd also really love to work with Sam Kerr. I think you can't really go past someone of that caliber either. So she's got an eye for goal, and I think that that would be a pretty amazing thing to work with someone who's one of the best players to me personally in the world. So yeah, that's definitely high up on my list. So I would say either one of those two players would be amazing. Second question is from Peter. What made you want to pursue a career in football? I get asked this question a lot, and according to my parents, it was instilled in me since a really young age that I wanted to represent my country at the highest level and become a professional footballer. So um, I think that it's just something I've never really wavered from and something I've always wanted to do. But I think closer to the age of 13, 14, I'd started watching, the Women's W-League and getting on board with watching, how far women's football is going. And that was something that I really wanted to do and continuing to do that. So I hope I can continue to do that for the future. And yeah, it's pretty amazing that I get to live out my dream. So hopefully I can keep doing that. Steve asked, how did it feel to win the W-League Golden Boot? Yeah, it was an amazing achievement. It was something I wasn't really heading into the season thinking about too much. I just wanted to, enjoy my football, and I knew I was going to being in the environment that I was in with the club and the girls that I really get along with. So if you could tell, each week I was playing with a smile on my face, and I think the goals came a lot more naturally. And thankfully, I had such good caliber around me that the service from my teammates made the goal scoring a lot easier. I just had to finish the chances that they created. So it was a massive team effort. I couldn't have won the Golden Boot without my teammates, but yeah, it was something really cool and I'm really proud of. So hopefully I can continue that goal scoring form into next season. From Amy Smith, who was your idol growing up? I think I've previously answered this in an interview, but my main idol growing up was Caitlin Ford. My dad cut out an article from the Women's World Cup when Kate was 16, and she'd won FIFA Young Player of the Tournament. And ever since then, I said I want to be exactly like Kate, and I want to play like her and score goals and represent my country at the highest level. So being able to play with her was an amazing achievement for me and super surreal because you don't really get to say you get to train or play with someone you've looked up to for so long. So yeah, it was always Kate in women's football, and in men's football, I love Ronaldo. So I really think he's a dynamic and really fast player, and he's a joy to watch. So he would definitely be up there too. From Ed, you've won a number of personal and team awards already. Which one stands out as your most cherished? I think the personal awards are definitely credit to my teammates because I can't win those personal awards without them. I think one that stands out to me a lot was when I won Young Player of the Year, my debut season with Sydney FC. I thought that was a major achievement, and I wasn't expecting to win that at all. I was nominated alongside two of my teammates from the Young Matildas, Nikki Flannery and Alex Chidiac, and I was in very good company, so I was definitely not expecting to take that out, but it definitely stands out as one of my biggest achievements. And yeah, credit to the girls from that season. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I couldn't have played or scored the goals that I did that season without them. From Angela, what made you want to play in the US? How was that experience? I was given a lot of advice during that time to head overseas and try a new experience. Um, and I just thought at that time, I'd been given an opportunity in the US and I wanted to try something new. And I just finished the MPL after winning the grand final with Manly United. So I thought the next step would be to try out an overseas opportunity, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a successful season over in America, and I got to train with Orlando Pride for a month post my WPSL season. So it worked out really, really well, and it held me in good stead for W-League. And, you know, before this W-League, it kept me really fit and well conditioned because we were playing in summer over there. So I got a full year of summer, which is really, I'm not complaining about. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was a really good experience. And it was just that next stepping stone in my career that I wanted to take. From David, do you have any aspirations to play overseas again? Definitely. I would love to play overseas as well. So I think that's definitely something I've always wanted to do. And now that we have the opportunity to do that, I would love to go back overseas and experience, you know, something new and a different team, different culture. And yeah, I think that would be pretty amazing wherever I go. Cameron said, a lot of W-League players aren't full-time. Do you have a job outside of football? I do have a job outside of football. I work part-time at the local bowling club, Belrose Bowling Club, which I thoroughly enjoy. It's a great community. I've gone up there since I was really young with my family, so it's gone full circle, but I thoroughly enjoy that. I've actually been working there a lot during this COVID time, just doing maintenance jobs, which has been really fun, actually. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did, but lots of painting, lots of manicure jobs around the bowling club. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. Emily said, you're a keen surfer too. Would you rather be a professional surfer or professional footballer? Definitely want to be a professional footballer. That's been something I've always wanted to do. Surfing's just a hobby of mine. I'm definitely not the highest level of surfing. If you read my story, I did get thrown across rocks. So that just kind of puts that in a little box for you that soccer is the safest way to go. And I'm happy to stay as a professional footballer and not a professional surfer. It's just something I like to do. Mel Fitzgerald, who's got the worst banter in the team? Oh, that's hard. There's a lot of funny characters in our team. I think the funniest person in our team is Nat Tobin, and Mackenzie Hawkesby is pretty funny, as well as Pretty Abini. But the worst banter, I might say a staff member, which is Pat Manfrin. He knows how to rile us up, and I think that he does have the worst banter in the team. From Jared, how many goals are you going to score for the Matildas at the Olympics? Just to get a call up to the Matildas is my next goal. I haven't really thought that far ahead. I just want to, you know, represent my country at the highest level. And if that opportunity comes, I would love to score a few goals. But right now I'm just working towards even getting a call up, which would be amazing, or called into camp. But I'm just, you know, working away at that, chipping away at that, and then hopefully I can score some goals. From Kevin, would you like for there to be a Women's AFC Champions League? Yeah, I think that would be really cool, getting to travel overseas like the men's team. They all speak so highly of it when we see each other at the training grounds. So I think that would be a really great opportunity and give us a good benchmark into what the overseas standard is like and other leagues are like. So yeah, I think that would be really, really cool. And I would happily, you know, travel overseas and play different leagues and teams. So yeah, that would be amazing. Shout out to Christopher Katsinis. That's from Luke Di Stefano. Thank you, Russell. I'll try and keep up the great work. I appreciate your comments. From Kira, how are you keeping yourself fit and motivated during this time? Obviously, it's a difficult time for everyone. I'm just focused on what I can control, as it's something that's out of our control at the moment with this COVID situation. So I've just been training a lot between gym training, strength and conditioning training, technical training. I've been on lots of runs, lots of walks with my dog. My dog's actually hiding from me because he's sick of going on walks. He's not fit enough to go on 3 to 4 walks a day. I've been surfing as well, but mainly the main thing that's keeping me motivated is coming back to football, and I want to be as fit and strong and as healthy as I can for that when it comes back. From Brody, if you could play for any club besides us, of course, in the world, who would you choose? Growing up, I was a massive Manchester United fan, so that would be pretty cool to, don the Manchester United colours. But yeah, I think I'm just more focused on staying in sky blue for now. But yeah, overseas opportunities is something I'm really excited about and hoping to do. So whichever opportunity comes and I think fits best, I'm happy to don any of those colours. How's being in ISO with Juliet and Chris? My parents, yeah, I'm ready for isolation to stop. We've actually had a nice time. I don't get to see my family that often since I go overseas, so it's been nice. But I think we went a little too hard too quickly with the board games and the card games. So we've just been really Netflix binging the Michael Jordan documentary, which is really cool. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been nice to be around the family. I love family time, so yeah, it's been cool. Colin, who is the hardest opponent you have ever faced? That's a difficult one. Well, when I played the under 20s in the under 20s national team, I'd have to say Japan. They were next level. They were something out of this world. That was probably the hardest opponent I've probably played in my career was the Japanese under 20 national team. They were really talented and really technical. From Ross, being able to do any surfing? I have. I went for an early morning surf this morning at Kelkel. Um, I loved it. It was good. It wasn't too busy. It's been good in this isolation, but been really busy down at our beaches down this way. So I'd like to go out when it's less packed. So this morning was perfect. Hey Remy, do you think Sydney will move into WPL 14 to 17s in the future, just like the boys? That would be pretty cool. An academy for the girls. I'd definitely push for that. That would be amazing. I think that would be a great step up, to have academies for both boys and girls. I've seen the boys' academies training when we train at the same Macquarie fields that we train at, and they all are very talented. I think they have the best system going. So that's only going to help and grow those players significantly. So if we can have that with the girls, that would be amazing. Hey Remy, can you tell us your time with Young Matildas in 2017? Hope you're doing well in the circumstances. Thank you, Ty. Uh, my time with the Young Matildas was one of the best times of my life, getting to represent my country with friends and teammates. And I consider a lot of those teammates really close friends was amazing. And I felt we had a really good group and we performed really well overseas in those tournaments. I miss it. I wish that we could continue having maybe an under 23s national team because I miss being back in that system and seeing my teammates that I got to play, for my country with. But yeah, it was a really good experience. Like I said, we played really great teams over there, Japan, South Korea, North Korea, Jordan, Northern Mariana Islands. So we had some really good competition over there and it just showed the caliber that is overseas. So thoroughly enjoyed it. I do miss it though. I have been in contact with my teammates recently. I like to keep in contact with a lot of my close friends, which is usually my teammates. I've been having a few Zoom sessions with Princess, Mackenzie, and Nat. They've been nothing but laugh sessions, really. They're great teammates, and I've been checking in on a few other people. And it's good that you check in on your family and your friends during this time because it's not easy on everyone. And I suggest if you can get on House Party or on Zoom to have a laugh or speak to your friends, I suggest you do it. Do you have a trademark goal celebration? I definitely don't have I don't think I have a trademark. I just get excited that it's actually in the goal. So I actually think I just run to anyone that's closest to me. I used to get a little bit of made fun of at training because I like to do these ones. Prinny knows all about that. She likes to dish out good banter. But yeah, I think I should trademark a goal celebration, sorry. But I haven't put much thought into it. I just get too excited that I've actually scored. So, do you consider yourself a role model for other aspiring female footballers? I would love to be a role model for aspiring female footballers. That's an honor, and that's something that I'm always trying to do is, inspire younger players to, reach their potential and maybe play professionally and, achieve their goals. I like to give back to the community. I help out a lot with my junior clubs and get down to sessions, help out with training or Zoom sessions. And yeah, that's something I really like to do, is give back, especially to the people that have given me so much. So yeah, that would be amazing if I was a role model. I just try and be my authentic self. So yeah, it's nice to hear that, and hopefully I do inspire people a little bit. But yeah, that's amazing. How can you compare the club culture between Sydney and Western Sydney? Are there any standout differences? Um, I think when I went to Western Sydney Wanderers, it was a different scenery. It was a different change for me. And, at the time I thought that was the best decision. And I think, I wouldn't change it. That's just my journey. And, it definitely gave me some newfound motivation to come back bigger and better. And I think I just thoroughly enjoyed my season at Sydney this year, and the teammates and the club is credit to that. I just felt right at home when I came back to Sky Blue, and if you could see, most weeks I was smiling during the games. I was just back in my, you know, natural state. And yeah, I just felt like I was at home and I could just be myself on the field. And that's, again, credit to the club, coaches and staff. And yeah, there's not major differences. I just thoroughly enjoy my time at Sydney, and I wouldn't change the experience at Western Sydney. It's made me what I am today, and it's part of the journey. So, but yeah, Sydney's great, and I love being in blue. If you weren't playing football, what would your ideal career be? Oh, that's hard. I've been very fortunate to be a footballer, and that's something I've always wanted to do. But if I wasn't in football, I have a few passions, I guess. I would like to be in a sport of some sort, or be within sport in general, maybe a physiotherapist, or working with athletes. That would be really cool. Sports psychologist, I find that really interesting. So maybe along those lines. I haven't put too much thought into it. I'm just so focused on training and trying to get better. But if I did, probably be along the lines of that, or maybe even school teaching. I know those are really different pathways, but my mum's a teacher, so I see what she does every day, and that inspires me. So maybe a teacher. I don't know. Congrats on a grand final effort. City is such a tough team, and we really took it to them. Super proud. Thank you, Brody. We did play really well that day. City were very good that day too, so I'm hoping we can go one better next season. Did you play with any of your current teammates in the Young Matildas? I did. My roommate in the Young Matildas setup was actually Princess Abini, and I consider her one of my best friends. I got to play with, who else? Amy Sayer, and Taylor Ray. So us three. Yeah, us four. I don't want to miss anyone. Oh, Ali Green as well. We all played in the Young Matildas setup together. So it's been cool. We've gone through the journey together, and we're in blue together, so it's really nice. What's your favorite social media? I love Instagram, but if I'm being honest, I've been addicted to TikTok for the last month of COVID. It's like a loophole that you get out of, and once you start watching, it just doesn't go away. And yeah, I think that some people make some really creative and funny videos, so I've been really addicted to the TikTok trend. But apart from that, probably Instagram. I'm not much of a Twitter fan. I'm not very good at it, but not very tech savvy. So it's the easiest app, and I like pictures. So Instagram and TikTok's probably the way to go for me. Shout out to Michelle Morris TV. I know Michelle, she works at Woolworths. Hi, Michelle. Did the right fall? Yes, it did fall off. That's very, oh, other side. That's super observant. The R did fall off my polo shirt. I think I ironed it off. But yes, it's meant to say the star with an R. That finishes the time that we have tonight, but thank you for sending in your questions, and I hope you're all staying really safe and well during this time. Hope to see you all, guys. Hope to see you all soon.